Alright, so this is insane because the dollar is exploding against every other currency in the world, including the Chinese yuan, which just hit a new record low against the dollar, as well as the British pound, which is on the verge of collapse. In fact, the British pound and the dollar are so close together right now that this has never happened before in history. So what does all of it mean? It means it's time for a magic trick because the dollar has finally become cool again. Just kidding. You can totally unsubscribe for that. But what this actually means is that right now, the dollar has reached the most valuable point in the last 51 years, except for two other times in history. Once in 1971 and another time in the mid-1980s. Now, even though the dollar getting stronger sounds like a good thing, it's actually really bad news for the global economy, and it's even worse news for the stock market. And here's why. The most important thing you have to understand about everything that's going on is that this is not an accident. This too was created very much on purpose thanks to what's called the central bank, aka the Federal Reserve and Papa Jerome Powell. Right now, they're trying to fight inflation. The way to do that is to increase what's called the federal funds rate, which remember is the cost for banks to borrow money from each other. Now, without getting crazy complicated, just remember that the federal funds rate affects what's called bond interest rates or bond yields, and bond interest rates affect prime rates. And prime rates is the interest rate for us as consumers to borrow money. Now, all this means is that the central bank is making it more expensive to borrow money. But as they increase interest rates, it also means the bond market falls. It is collapsing. It's in free fall. And whenever prices go down, their interest rates go up. And that means their yields become extra juicy. So investors all around the world want to swap their weaker performing assets, like their stocks and real estate, and their weaker currencies instead for the dollar. And because our bonds and assets are denominated in dollars is why the dollar is becoming extremely strong. Now, context is extremely important to this story. So when I say that bonds pay a high interest rate, I'm only talking about 4.2%. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's only because it's not. It's very little, especially because inflation is probably double, if not triple this number, but it's still an amazing return. When you remember the fact that the S&P 500 is down over 20% this year, that Bitcoin is down almost 60% this year, the Russian stock market has already collapsed, the British economy is on the brink of collapse, and the Chinese real estate market is probably weeks away from some other major collapse. So this 4% yield is starting to sound really, really juicy. The point is, the global markets have no idea where the economy is going to go, and that's why the US dollar is what's called a safe haven for the global markets all around the world. Now, this situation, which we've artificially created, is good for some people, but it's really bad for others, including investors. So in short, the dollar's exploding in value, which means really bad news for the global economy and really bad news for the stock market. That's the short, explain it like I'm five version. Now let me give you a more detailed breakdown of what's going on and why this is happening, and I want to show you some new data that I found that helps describe what will happen to the stock market based on the last time we were in this situation. So with that said, let's get right into it. Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for another macroeconomic breakdown of everything that's going on. It's gonna get a little complicated, but I promise if you stick around at the end of the video, I wanna show you data that ties everything together and it's gonna blow your mind, so hopefully you'll learn something new. But first, a quick refresher. Right now, the current federal funds rate is at 3.25%. The Fed wants to get this number to 4.5% at the end of this year, maybe as high as 5%. All we know is that when this number goes up, bond prices crater, and that's when their interest rates or their yields go up. The reason bonds matter to this story so much is because, remember, bonds are a guaranteed way to make money and bonds compete with stocks. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. Now, all of these interest rate increases are happening worldwide and not just in the US. In 1 week alone, there have been 10 countries that have raised their rates for a combined total of 6%, which is massive. And remember, the reason that these central banks are all doing this is to fight inflation. Now, the question is, if other countries are also raising their rates and their bond interest rates are going up, why and how is the US benefiting the most from this? Wouldn't other countries want to keep their money at home and invest in their own bonds and assets? And the answer answer is no, they wouldn't. And the reason for that is because of where they think the global economy is going. And right now, things are not going good. You might remember at the beginning of the video, I specifically mentioned the British pound and the Chinese yuan. And that's because they are extremely important to the global economy. But right now, their currencies are becoming weaker and less valuable. In China's case, for example, which is the second largest economy in the world, their real estate market is casting a huge cloud over the entire economy. And if you've been on YouTube for the last month or two, you've probably seen thumbnails like these. Bright, red, scary looking thumbnails that are terrifying. And that's because the Chinese real estate market is on fire. Home sales are declining, home values are falling, and that's really bad because their real estate market represents 30% of their entire GDP and roughly 50% of all of their investments. And because they have the zero COVID policy, their economy can't kickstart again until it's finished. So for now, there is no collapse, but that's why the world is afraid of one, and for that reason, the world does not want to park its wealth with China for now. When it comes to the UK, they have the 5th largest economy in the world, and it's also seen as a very safe place for people to put their money. But right now, the UK economy is on the brink of collapse. That's because just recently, the Bank of England has told them that they would buy bonds at, quote, whatever scale necessary to stop a crash from happening. And they just recently unveiled a, quote, huge package of tax cuts and increased borrowing. And we all know that increased borrowing leads to more spending, which leads to more inflation, which leads to higher interest rates, which leads to more pain. And that's why their investors are selling out of that currency, getting out of the bond market in search of something safer. And that's what brings everyone right back to the US dollar. Now, this is by no means the full story of what makes the dollar so strong, but these are two very important examples of what makes the dollar act as this magnetic energy force field that attracts all the other money to it. So now that you hopefully understand how the dollar works and the mechanics behind it, let me explain why it's actually a very bad thing, especially for the stock market. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. The D word. Not dollars, diversification. It is the golden rule of investing. It is time-tested and investor-approved, or so we thought, until 2022 showed up because every stock from Apple to Zillow is getting pummeled. Even ETFs are getting destroyed right now, so what happens next? I have no idea, but I did get my hands on this industry-leading study by McKinsey, which I have no idea why I printed out, but there it is. And this study shows that institutions, which are the biggest guys in the finance world, are now investing anywhere between 30 to 50% of their money into alternatives. 30 to 50%. And asset managers are also following in their footsteps, using alternatives as a way to shield their clients from high volatility and skyrocketing interest rates. But as with anything in investing, timing is everything. And that's why a lot of experts are warning investors about being too late. So where do we start? Maybe real estate, but maybe not, with interest rates expected to reach as high as 7%, the highest since the 2007 global financial crisis. So instead, I'm talking about a different kind of alternative that was specifically mentioned by both BlackRock and Goldman Sachs as being crucial for the next decade: contemporary art. As an asset, this art has outpaced the S&P over the last 26 years. Check this out: 13.8% for contemporary art and only 10.3% for the S&P. But the really good part is that that was the return during the bull market of the last decade. Imagine how good the results could be for contemporary art over the next decade. That's why I've partnered with the only alternative platform that has already returned an average of 29% net return to their investors, Masterworks. Even as recently as last month, Masterworks sold another painting for a 33.1% return to their investors, probably to some of you, even as the S&P 500 was down 20% at the same time. So the performance of Masterworks investments, coupled with this new guidance from all these institutions, has led Masterworks to release more art on their platform, and there is a waitlist. But you can skip the waitlist by clicking the link in the description below this video, so go check it out, and now let's get back to it. Alright, so here's what a strong dollar actually means. This is gonna blow your mind because according to research from Morgan Stanley, they found that every time the dollar hit a peak, it coincided with a horrible economic event. Each and every single time there was a bubble, a recession, or some kind of crisis is exactly when the dollar was at its highest point. And that sounds scary, but the reality is the dollar does not cause these things to happen. If anything, it's the reverse. When the world is in trouble and it doesn't know where to put its money, it puts its money in the US dollar by default. Now, I found data that looks as far back as 1990 to 2022 to see what would happen to our current stock market depending on what happens to the dollar today. So I found 3 different scenarios, and this is super interesting. So this is the chart. Looks complicated, but these dark blue graphs represent what happens to earnings when the dollar goes up in value. And the green charts represent what happens to earnings when the dollar goes down in value. So overall, what this chart shows is that if the dollar stays the same, which is very expensive right now, the stock market will have a below average performance. It's not necessarily going to crash, but it's definitely not going to go up. Now, if the dollar becomes stronger, which is exactly what's predicted to happen, because remember, the federal funds rate is expected to go up to that 4.5%, it means those bond yields will also go up, attracting more investors to pour their money into dollars, which means dollar gets stronger. And if that were to happen, then the average earnings reports will actually be 7% below average when looked across the last 30 years of data. Now, if the dollar gets weaker, which is not really predicted to happen, but if it does get weaker, then the stock market or the earnings reports will actually be 7% above average. Now, how does this actually work, right? It works because of what are called non-domestic sales. That's a fancy word for the stuff a company sells overseas. But get this, non-domestic sales for companies in the S&P 500 represent 35 to 40% of their revenues. So the way to think about it is, if you're a company in the US, but you're selling stuff in another country in that country's currency, when you go to convert back to dollars, you're gonna get less dollars for all the stuff you sold, which means you just made less money. Now, the cruel irony is that a strong dollar is actually helping keep inflation down. That's because imports are cheaper for us. But the irony is that as investors, we actually want a weaker dollar so that when they convert those currencies, they make more dollars and they make more money. For now though, all this means is that if you see the dollars getting stronger in the headlines, it likely means that we're in the midst of some potential financial crisis and that the stock market is probably not going to do as well. I hope some of this complicated video made sense and you learned at least one new thing, but if you didn't, you can always press the J button on your keyboard to go back 10 seconds and the L button to go forward 10 seconds on the video, and maybe that's the only thing you learned. Either way, as always, have a wonderful rest of your day. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to grab up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin right here. Grab the money while it's still there, take it offline, grab your free stocks, links are all down below, and then go track them automatically with the spreadsheet link down below in my Patreon. Love you, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you back here on Monday, Friday, sometimes a Wednesday. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.